All right, let's talk Macbeth. You know the big themes, right? Ambition, betrayal, a hero's epic fall. But what if I told you that one of the sharpest characters in the whole play is someone you probably don't even remember? That's what we're doing today. We're shining a light on this unseen survivor. So, who are we talking about here? I mean, this play is jam-packed with huge personalities. You've got Lady Macbeth, the powerhouse. You've got Macduff, the hero. You've got the weird sisters. So, who could possibly be hiding in the shadows, holding a piece of the puzzle that changes how we see the whole story? Yep, Donalbain, King Duncan's younger kid. And look, if you're kind of scratching your head right now thinking, Donal who? You are definitely not alone. But trust me on this one. Stick around because his story, it's this incredible deep dive into fear, gut instinct, and what it really means to just survive. Okay, so before we get into why he's so important, let's just address the elephant in the room. Why do we always forget him? I mean, on the surface, you get it. He's a pretty minor player in this massive bloody story. I mean, look at the stats. He's the younger brother, he barely gets any stage time, and he has way fewer lines than his big brother Malcolm. But here's the twist, and this is what's so cool, that limited screen time isn't a flaw in the writing. It's actually the key to his character. When you really zoom in, you find someone who is just so human, so relatable. All right, let's zero in on the one moment that completely defines him. This is it. This is where Donalbain goes from being, just some guy in the background to the absolute emotional center of the play. It all comes down to how he reacts right after his father is murdered. Okay, just picture this for a second. The king has just been murdered. The whole castle is in total chaos. You've got lords yelling, guards running around clueless, and Macbeth is putting on this big fake performance of being heartbroken. It is absolute mayhem. And right in the middle of all that noise, Donalbain sees what no one else does. And boom, he drops this line. Honestly, it's one of the most chilling and insightful lines in the entire play. Think about it. While everyone else is scrambling, trying to figure out what just happened, Donalbain already gets it. He knows the killer isn't some outsider, it's someone right there in the room with them, smiling. So let's really break this down. What does this one line tell us about him? It's not just that he's scared, of course he's scared. It's his intuition. It's like a lightning bolt. He immediately sees past all the fake grief and the political posturing and gets straight to the terrifying truth. In this moment of pure crisis, he is the clearest thinking person there, period. Which leads us to what he does next. Now, a lot of people write off his decision to run as him being a coward. But if you look at it from a psychological standpoint, it is anything but. It's a smart, calculated move made under unimaginable stress. I mean, just try to put yourself in his shoes for a second. The pressure is insane. 1 minute, you're a prince, you're safe, your dad's the king. The very next minute, your dad is dead, and you just know that the killer is close, and that you and your brother are next on the list. His entire world just became a trap. And what's so fascinating here is when you compare him to his brother Malcolm. Malcolm hightails it to England to build an army. That's the classic hero move, right? The call to action. But Donalbain, he goes to Ireland to just vanish. And that's not weakness. It's just a different response. It shows us there's no single right way to deal with trauma. One brother chooses to fight, the other chooses to hide. And their plan to split up, it's just heartbreaking, but it's also completely logical. They're literally playing the odds. Let's separate so at least one of us might make it. So the key takeaway here is that this isn't just blind panic. No way. This is a strategy, a really tough one, born out of desperation, but also out of love for each other. So Donalbain makes it to Ireland, and then, poof, he's gone. He just vanishes from the rest of the play. But what's so interesting is that his absence, it speaks volumes. It's just as important as when he was actually on stage. He basically becomes a symbol, right? While Malcolm is out there railing armies and being the big hero, Donalbain stands for all the other people, the ones who get through horrible conflicts not by picking up a sword, but by just getting out of the way. He's that unseen survivor, the one who reminds us of all the quiet casualties of raw ambition. So, let's bring it all together. Why does this guy, this minor character who literally ghosts us halfway through the play, why does he matter? Well, it's because his journey takes this 400-year-old play and makes it feel incredibly current, incredibly human. At its core, Donalbain's story makes us ask a really tough question. What do you do when your world just completely flips upside down, when you can't trust the people you're supposed to trust, and everything you thought was solid just disappears overnight? What's the right move? So, if we recap his journey, it's not the story of a flashy hero. It's the story of a realist. He gets hit with this awful tragedy, he sees the danger with total clarity, and he makes the choice to protect himself. Honestly, he reacts in a way a lot of us probably would, or at least hope we would, with that kind of smart survival instinct. And at the end of the day, that's what he reminds us. That you don't need to be a king or a warrior to be in control of your own fate. Sometimes the smartest and bravest thing you can possibly do is see the writing on the wall and just get yourself to safety. And that's really the big question I want to leave you with. We always cheer for the heroes who charge back into the fight, the Malcolms of the world. But Donalbain's story challenges us. It asks us to find the strength in just enduring, in surviving quietly. Maybe real strength isn't always about the fight. Maybe sometimes it's about having the wisdom to know when it's time to get out.